How was the day, guys? Have fun? Guys, this whole, these days for me are some of my best days of my life. So I want to thank you for that. It's so fun to see what you guys are doing. It's so encouraging. Being in some of the classes and seeing what you guys are doing, it's crazy to me. It literally is crazy. A couple announcements. We will be done at 5 or before 5. We really don't have that much left to do. After this, we're going to have a cocktail reception for those that can stay right afterwards. We're going to have the game on. The Warriors game is going to be on. Some of you guys who traveled in from out of town, which I thank you for that, a lot of us did, are staying the night, so we'll hang out and watch the game and just talk some shop and have some fun. And some of you have not seen the mothership, and so Susan and Amelia are going to be right at 5 o'clock, going to be taking some people over for a tour. If you haven't done that, I would encourage that. It doesn't take that much time. It's kind of cool to walk around the different departments. It's probably better when people are actually working, but it's just kind of a cool thing to do, so they're going to be organizing that. Parking can be validated right outside, right at 5 o'clock. They'll validate your parking, so please don't pay for parking. We've got stamps and stickers or whatever for that. I want to explain a couple things, a couple things that were passed out. One is this stupid pineapple. Anyone know what this is besides the Eugene branch? Who taught us it? Okay. So a lot of us read that book, The Advantage. Okay, and what The Advantage is about is having a healthy workplace. And just like in your marriage, there are things that piss you off. There are things that frustrate you. There are things that happen that what you don't want to do is hang on to them and harbor them, okay? What you do want to do is have a pineapple conversation. And so when we were visiting Eugene Branch a couple months ago, they said, I said, now guys, as we go through this trip, there's going to be some things we bring up that are kind of rough conversations. And I think it was Robin said, oh, you mean we're going to have a pineapple? I'm like, were you trying to be funny? What are you doing? She says, no, we call that a pineapple conversation. And I said, what is that? She says, well, it's really prickly on the outside, but it's really sweet and juicy on the inside. So I said, I'm stealing that. So we made up these little pineapples. So this is meant to keep on your desk, okay? And when you need to have a pineapple, you just put it on your desk and say, hey, come here for a second. And you all know what's about to happen. Now, they also, your loan partner, for example, could come in and say, hey, you got a second? And it's a fun way to open a tough conversation. And do we got to have those tough conversations? Yes. You should be having them every day of your life, okay? The reason that people don't is because we get overly emotional. And we think, they'll yell at me if I bring it up. I could get fired. All these excuses on why we don't have these transparent conversations. You can take one of these home and use it on your spouse and your kids, okay? One of the things that I see people do, and this is just further down this path, they'll be frustrated at their kids, and I'm thinking, I'll have these conversations, like, well, last I looked, you were the parent. Just sit them down. You don't have to yell at them. You don't need to beat them with a belt. Just say, hey, I'm very disappointed in your behavior. Here's what I need you to correct. Does that make sense? And learn that with this. This is a great way to springboard those conversations. I would say top 5 things that people struggle with in business is this, having these conversations. Is it okay to call someone up and say, hey, I really don't like how this process is going. I don't feel respected, okay? I feel like it got lost in underwriting for 5 days, and now you're not willing to rush it. Would that be an okay conversation? Yeah. It would be an okay conversation for me to call someone and say, hey, or anybody to call someone and say, hey, your email seemed like it had a bunch of tone on it. Okay, I don't need the tone. If you're frustrated, call me and tell me, right? You don't need to belittle people in an email, right? That would be a pineapple conversation. So I want us to be a healthy organization, and that's what this is about. So I know it's silly, but it's meant to be silly so it breaks the ice, okay? Second thing is my core journey. So in the core, we're going to do this for Summit. We just haven't done it yet. The core said, hey, we're gonna develop some stories around here on what their journey was in the core. And the reason I passed it out is because there is something to be said for inspiration. There's something to be said for, wow, I didn't know that person. Like, I have a core coach in here, and this one that I read when I got this, at the first time I saw this was at the Core Summit a couple months ago. And so I'm reading it, and I didn't know, it was Heath Barnes is one of my coaches. He's a great core student as well. I didn't know all this stuff. I didn't know all this stuff. It's like he almost went bankrupt, and he was a refi jockey and all this. I'm like reading this, and I'm like, I had no clue, right? So I turned to the next one. Guess what I said about that person? I have no clue. Like, I coach these people, and this is amazing. I read Jim Reed's story just the other day and learned some stuff about Jim Reed, my best friend, right? I read this and I'm like, that is inspirational. So these are just stories about 52 people who took a journey, and it's what they've learned. So just like in the last class, we had 4 people come up, and they're on this coaching journey, and it's very inspiring because when I see stuff like that, and I see that someone used to make $75,000 a year and now they're making $600,000, it's like, whoa, what in the heck are they eating? I want some of that broccoli, right? It's just and then you hear their story of how they got there and how they developed. It's very inspirational, and that's what this book is about. So it's super fun. I'm about halfway through it, and I have trouble putting it down because they're real people. You know, it's not like I'm reading about Evangelina Jolie or something, right? Some famous, but these are just normal people that just started doing great things. So that's what that book's about. We have a couple things to finish up. I want you to do an exercise real quick. I want you to get out a piece of paper. I want you to write down on it 3 things that I will do for sure. Page 139, thank you. Things I will do for sure. Some of you, I've taught you how to take these notes before, so you may already have this done. I believe in taking notes. The only notes that I really take down are things that I want, like I'm in a class or I'm listening to someone, and I'm going to write down, hey, I'm definitely going to change this, and then I try and put a date to it. So I want you to write down 3 things for sure from today that you're going to do, and I like that you put a date on it. Have your VIP list done by July 15th. You know, I'm going to hire a dialer by July 4th. You know, those kind of things. Whatever the action is, I want you to be specific as you can. Write it down and put a date to it on when it will be completed. Do this. Pick one that you're most excited about and share that at your table. So longest haired person goes first, and then just go clockwise. Real quick. So we've got a few simple things to do. One is we're going to have some fun. We're going to watch a video in a second. Then we're going to do Baby Dragon winners, which is where the coaches come up and tell you who their student of the semester was, their best student. Then we're going to do a quick survey, and then closing circle, and then we're out. So this video is about becoming great. And what I asked Mark to do is and we didn't know how it would come out, but I thought that he did a really good job, he and his whole team. And I said, I want to start to encapsulate what greatness looks like. And so take some of our loan officers and just interview them and kind of piece that together. And we could start to celebrate what it is that we're doing as a team. And so that's what this video is all about. There's some stuff about coaching. There's some stuff about how someone's developed. And I thought it came out really well. So Mark, play our video, and then we'll discuss it real quick.
I was about 1.5 years into opening my own net branch. Had 1 loan officer besides myself and 1 employee, and we were not very good.
I was working at Prospect Mortgage as a loan officer. I had been in the industry for 20 years, and as far as my life, there was no life. All I did was work.
I think about the journey of becoming a processor, a marketing assistant, eventually becoming a loan officer. And 5 years ago, I was closing about 52 units as my best year, and year after year, I was making right around $100,000.
I'm working for another mortgage company by myself, having survived, but not feeling like there was really any option to move forward, that it was really much more of a a situation where I was just trying to get by.
2010 was one of the worst years of my career. I made just a little bit over $80,000 that year. I was struggling to get by, having to dip into savings each month to help cover household expenses.
I was doing loans. I was doing about 50 to 60 loans a year, not very many. I had hit a little slow patch in my career.
So the three of us were in a small office. We'd all been in the business a while. We were working from plastic tables on a concrete floor. So that should tell you how we were doing financially.
I mean, my finances were not that great. I thought I was on top of the world, making $150,000 a year and probably spending $175,000 a year. It wasn't in order.
I did not have a team to the extent that I do at this point, did not have a clear vision of what each person would do and how we would be able to incorporate the talents of many folks and make the light loader for all of us, and at the same time build a great culture and build a great team and build some great business practices.
I worked about 60 hours a week. I only had about $125,000 in savings, and I averaged about $130 to $150 in income per year.
So today, by the time you're seeing this, we will have 27 employees, 24 of which have been hired within the last 5 years. And I really love everyone that I work with, that works for me. I consider them compatriots, family, and friends all at the same time.
As far as my finances, I'm paying my bills in advance, which is great. My savings account, I actually have more saved than I was making a year 5 years ago. So that's pretty incredible. And working on becoming debt-free.
Present date, I'm on track to close 200 plus units. I am literally going to make over $500,000 this year. It's not about the money, it's really about the fact that I realize I can impact people's lives.
I sit at a desk at a company that I love. I am no longer an island. I have a team of people around me who are working with me towards our goals that we set together. Working for a company that really inspires me on a daily basis.
I'm on pace to have the best year of my career. I'm on pace to make approximately $600,000 this year. My liquid or cash net worth is approximately $750,000. My total net worth is approaching $1 million.
I'm now a sales manager. I run my own branch. I've made over $1 million for the last couple years in a row, and I'm on track for that again this year. I'm currently coaching for Summit, which I absolutely love and am passionate about. I have saved over $750,000. I have paid off all my debt, and I absolutely love what I do.
Most of all was encourage me to do what I do best. Whether that's play golf, go swimming, hang out at the bar. No, really, but sell. If selling's what you want to do, if processing what you want to do what you do great and hire great people, and the rest will fall into place.
I think the structure that Summit has provided for me and my team has helped us develop a business skill to go out and secure more business, which has been great.
The coaching, the accountability, the ability to coach others, the challenge of growing, Summit has brought all of that to me. They've made me realize that all my dreams are actually possible, and with following a plan, I can make them happen.
When I started here, that they saw something in me that I didn't even know existed yet. The coaching, the structure, the processes, the support, the encouragement, all of those different things have really helped me begin to see the potential that I've always had inside of myself.
Just a tremendous sales culture here, and really just a belief in the potential of the loan officers and individuals within the company.
Promoting teams, and saying that it's okay for a loan officer to do a lot of loans and do it at a high level, but also have a balanced life.
If it wasn't for Rick, the coaching, Summit funding, everybody else that's involved with making us better loan officers, not only loan officers, but better people, I don't know where I would be today. I've had a lot of success, especially over the last couple of years, because I really decided to surrender to the process that Summit and the core and Rick Ruby and Todd Scrima preach.
The entrepreneurial fashion in which Summit promotes my business has been a huge help, a relief, the release of an anchor in a business that really used to promote people being on their own.
I have been given this opportunity to build a branch and to build a culture and a group of folks around me that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do otherwise. So it's, I guess it's a bigger extension of the pay it forward type mentality that's permeates this company from top to bottom. And I really do appreciate the way that people think and the way that people want to build lives of other folks.
Being with Jim and Todd and in such an environment where everybody loves you, everybody cares for you, your voice is heard, has been absolutely huge. And just going to them as a resource, if I screw up, if I make a bad decision, if I'm feeling down in the dumps, has been absolutely amazing for me.
In life, I look forward to watching my kids grow, living on a golf course, watching them hit balls, and in business is getting to number one.
I'm so excited to help the people that I work with, help them get to where I'm at and hopefully faster. And learn more and do it smart instead of the hard way that I did it. So I'm very excited about that. And also taking the tools that I've learned through Summit and the core and helping my son with that, helping him get to where he needs to be in a much easier process than I did.
I love coaching Summit Funding students. To have other people say, you're helping me with my business, you're helping me believe in the systems, and you're helping change my life, it's really what it's all about for me, impacting others.
I get to work for a company that every single day, from the top to the bottom, our purpose is to change people's lives, and I get to do that every single day. And as a result, I also get to change my family's lives.
So I'm super excited to, maybe slow down on growth and really speed up on quality and being better at the front end of the loan, being better at the processing of the loan, being better at the underwriting and funding of the loan, and just working on making those things better every day.
I want to grow my team. I want to replicate this. I want to coach more. I want to become a core member coach, and I want to continue in the success with Summit. I'm all in. Through the pains and the gains, I'm all in with Summit Funding.
Throwing a ball and have my dog actually bring it back. The Warriors winning the finals. Cocktail hour tomorrow night. Maybe the Lakers coming back one day. Tiger Woods winning another major.
What are you doing?
Doubling our production and getting number one, baby. I'm doing a video. Say hi. Hi, Summit Funding.
Hi, Summit. Hi, Summit Funding.
Nice job, guys. Thanks for doing that video. Stuff like that, I get emotional. I get emotional because it's great to see people develop. Like, how many people get a chance to do that? And that was one of the themes in that whole video. I want my Summit coaches up here. So Otto Kobler, Rob O'Malley, Ken McKee, Robin Lavasser, Brent Blastine, Alicia Blackwood, Mark Alto. Please come on up. Could I get a Levalier? Levalier? Okay, so guys, we get to do mini dragons. So here's the deal. In the core, we don't want to upshow the core. The core has big dragons. These are mini dragons, okay? So how we think, how we want to develop this as we go through this process is we have, everyone got a dragon? Okay. So I believe that Summit Coaching can get us to, probably $400,000 or $500,000 a year, and then we want them to graduate into core coaching. Okay, so a lot of the coaches up here, every single coach up here is core coach. Okay, and so the core coaches are now coaching, becoming Summit Funding coaches, and so on. There's a lot of people that are coached right now that are going to be in training to be Summit coaches. I believe that one of the magics to all this is we get to learn from our peer group, and yes, that it's a core structure. Why, in core, so we just turned down 70-something people who wanted to pay us $2,500 a month to coach, and we're going to ask more Summit Funding people to join coaching. Why would Rick and I develop all of that coaching program in Summit and then be turning away people in the core? What's that? Well, it's kind of stupid, right? You're like, Todd, that's kind of dumb, okay? I do it because I love you. I do it because you're my people. And that's really what it's about. So Alicia, who is your best student of the semester and why?
Okay, so, well, they won in the most volume, but there was something more important to me that mattered. And we all talk about giving back and changing lives. And I have to say, we have some extremely stingy people in our company who do not give. And giving is one of the biggest things for me. I'm more proud at the fact that I've already given away 40 grand this year to charity than I am on how much money I've made, because that's really giving back. And so this semester I picked who has grown the most in their giving, and I'm excited to say it was Crystal.
Woo! Crystal, come on up here. Nice job, Chris. Nice job. Hey, guys. We have 5 coaches that aren't here because of travel issues. It's hard to get us all in one room, so I'm going to jump in between and give some awards out, and I'd like you to come up if you're here. Linus Thalman, who you saw in the videos in Michigan, he's a great coach. His student of the semester, really, this guy's amazing to me. I've seen him grow from $100,000 earner to over $500,000, on pace to $600,000 this year, just doing some amazing things. I think he's probably going to run the company someday, and it's my man, Blake Eagle. Blakey! From Linus, brother. Okay, Otto, your student. Good job, brother.
So I'm one of the longest, Jim Reed and I are the longest course students that have been as 15 or 16 years, whatever it is. It took me 15 years to win one of these in the core. So it's a massive deal. It's a huge deal to win one of these things. And so my guy, and I'm looking around, you better be here or you're in trouble, is Jason Thomas. The guy absolutely killed it. He reached out. He was stumbling, struggling, not doing so great, and just absorbed every single thing I asked him to do. Everything I asked him to do, he did. He's blown apart his dashboard numbers. We need to double his dashboard, which was doubled what his numbers were. And I'm not seeing him stand up, so I'm going to...
Jason?
Jason? Taking a long lap, so I get left at the stage here.
Must be present to win.
We can rearrange this.
Yes.
Step back.
Rob, who is your best student? We'll get that to Jason.
Well, I want to say that everybody I coached over the last 2 semesters we've been doing this has been great. I've seen growth in absolutely every person. I'd say the homework assignments are getting completed probably 90% of the time, and I know how hard this is, especially when you're first new into coaching. So I had to just make a decision based upon the ultimate change I saw overall in this individual's business. This person that I'm giving this adorable little blue dragon to, and by the way, this is a big deal. I haven't won a dragon in the core yet. This means a lot to us in the core. So this person, when we set up the dashboards, their W-2 income for 2014 was a good number. It was just underneath 6 figures, just underneath 6 figures. This student already, today's what? I don't have my glasses on. June 18th? 16. This person has already blown away that dashboard, broken 6 figures. It's Lainey McLean. I don't know if you're in here, Lainey.
Woo! Oh, Lainey, here she is.
Good job.
Good, great job, Lainey. Let me do another one. Brenda Brosman, another Michigan coach. I don't believe Todd Yankoff is here anymore, is he? I saw him earlier. Okay, so we will be sending this to Todd. This is a little special thing to me because when I first met Todd, he works in Lucar's office. I saw a ton of potential, and it's great to see him starting to reach that potential. He's doing some great things. So we'll be mailing this to Todd. Okay, Ken, who's your student of the semester?
So it came down to 2. It was really close. They tied in number of units, but this loan officer just crushed her savings dashboard every single month. The silent assassin, she was always showed up on the call, always had her homework in, and more than doubled her savings dashboard. It's Belinda Cadena.
Whoa, nice job, B. Where's B? We got some people going to be in trouble. Okay. I'll fill in for another coach. So Tanya in Tennessee, I asked her who her favorite student was, and this gentleman is almost doubled from last year, and I believe he's up 46% year to date over the last 6 months. And it's again another special story because this guy has done some great things and has great potential. Marion Flores, Marion here? Marlone, sorry, Marlone. My man Marlone, nice job, buddy. Okay, Robin.
Oh, mine was tough too. I had 3 guys that all pretty much deserved it and have done a great job. But if anybody knows me, they know that I'm all about the heart and I'm all about the relationship. And that's why I've got to give it, even though we're competing in the Pac-12, to Mr. Jim Zimmerman.
Woo! Jimmy Babes. Okay, let me jump in one more time.
Go Ducks.
Hey guys, stay up here. If you got a dragon, stay up here because we want to take a quick picture. Okay, Lainey, get back up here. Who else got a dragon? Okay, so I'm filling in for Derek Boulder on this one. This is, again, another special, you're all special to me, but this is a special guy to me. I coached him years ago just as an experiment, and I said, hey, let me coach you and Robin, another guy, and we'll just see how this goes and just see how it goes. And he's just built a great business, and more than anything else, I love his attitude. It's my man, John King. Come on up here. Good job, brother. Baby dragon. Mark?
All right, so I have to say this has really been a fun opportunity to be a coach, and this is my second season or second semester doing this. Had some really great students, and this time I'm going to give it to Sean. Sean, you did a great job. Sean Brennan out in
Woo! Nice job, Sean.
He's pretty new. You're going to see this guy break some records, guys.
Go ahead, Brent.
All right. So my top student was the top savings student, so he should win it just based on that. But he showed up teachable, positive attitude every single time from the very beginning. Truly, it was a pleasure coaching him, Dan Kaminsky.
Woo, nice job. Nice job, Dan. Dan wins the award for the nicest person ever award. Everyone's all like, I love that Dan Kaminsky. Very charming man. Okay. Yes, that's right. He's got competition. That's right, and sister. It's a family event. Okay, I believe, am I the last one? Okay, so I'm filling in for Aaron Denton on this one. And I don't believe this gentleman's here, but this guy, again, is on pace to double. I think he's on pace to do 15 or 16 million this year, and that's Eric Tagasel. Is Eric here? Oh, he is here. Good. Great job, Eric. Great job.
Thank you to Callie and Pranny, too, for being awesome concierge, taking care of all of us and all the students. You guys are awesome.
Do we have a camera? Okay, come right down here, guys, and we'll take a picture right down here. So, guys, I know this is kind of silly to some of you who haven't seen that before. What you'll find is these dragons are coveted dragons. I've won one in 15 years. It's a big deal to be the best student of the semester. So, Stephanie, you have one? No, not got one yet? It's like a big deal, and it's a stuffed dragon, okay? Well, guys, while they're doing that, turn to page 141 and 143 in your book. So 141 is a survey, and if you could, this is how we redesign this, so we'll go through this survey, and we'll find out, hey, what did we do right? What did you like the best? And we'll try and replicate that. And when you give us low scores, then we'll try and find out what we did wrong on that. So 5 is the best, 1 is the worst. So that's how that works. So it says, which classes did you attend on the breakout session? How would you rate this class? So you got to fill in the blank. And then breakout session 2, and then how to rate this class. And then Dan's talk on building sales through smooth file delivery. I'm sorry, I misread this the first time. So there was Monday classes, and then there's Tuesday classes. Okay? And then 2 presenters that you got most of. Best part of the experience for you. What could we have done better? That's the most important question. Please give criticism. Please don't put, oh, everything's great. I want at least 1 criticism. Any additional comments, name and date, and then we'll collect those. When you're done with that, go to page 143, and it's about Summit Coaching. It says on this form, one of our classes was about coaching. All those people in the video you saw about coaching, it says, I understand I will surrender to do the best I am told, to surrender and do as I am told. I am committed to closing 10 loans per month and having a team. I understand payment for coaching will be deducted from my paycheck. What is Summit Coaching right now? Is it $350 a month? Isn't that okay? So we got to charge you something so you'll be committed. What we do is we take most of that money and just give it to the coaches because we can't really pay the coaches for their time because they make so much money. However, I think you got to pay them something, so that's where that money goes. And then we have 2 concierges that we pay for that. Where's our newest concierge? Came out here. I'm sorry. What? Franny. No.
Franny.
With a P.
Franny. Sorry, Franny. Not Franny. Okay, Franny. Franny's new aboard. So we have 2 Summit concierges that take care of you. They work in the North Carolina office back east, and they do a great job. I do this, when Rick came on board, I said, hey, you got to start a coaching company to be in Summit. It's a whole nother company. So by signing this, I'm not saying that you're in. I can't guarantee that you'll be in. I'm not sure how many spots they got. This is the time of year where, we set up new groups and all of that craziness is going on. I will tell you what I'm most impressed with about Summit Coaching is the Summit coaches. The students blow me away as well, but the Summit coaches being so engaged. When Rick first brought this idea, and I said, Rick, honestly, you're going to get the Ottos and the Robins, they're going to want to coach people, right? And people aren't going to show up on the call. They're not going to do the forms. They're going to have to yell at them. It's going to pain in the butt, okay? And he says, Todd, we'll never know unless we try. But it's the right thing to do. 100% commission salespeople need to be coached. They need some accountability. We already knew the results. People double, triple. They do all these great things. And so we said, okay, we're going to do it. I want to be clear with you guys on a couple things. It's really hard to do Summit Coaching, okay? It takes a lot of effort and energy to try and get people to surrender and do all those things that we got to do. It's not easy. It's like having a whole nother coaching company. We turn away all the other revenue from Summit, from Core, because we're coaching you, okay? That's how committed I am to do it. It's not about money. It's about developing people. It's about changing people's lives. And that's why we do it. And it's literally that simple. So if you think, hey, I think I really want to be coached, I want to go to the next level, I don't know why you wouldn't do it, right? So it's confusing to me why people wouldn't do it. But if you have a calling to do that, and you want to really change your life, double and triple your income, save more money, work less hours, all of those things that you see people doing, then sign that form, and we will go through some sort of interview process and see if it's right for you, okay? Fill that out. It says, I am ready and coachable, ready to obtain greatness. I think the other thing, just as a side note to that, it's really changing our culture. Why is Summit Coaching changing our culture? Yeah, auto coaches, guys, in 6 different offices or 9 different offices, and they come to this and they're like, they all want to hang out with them. They want to see each other. The people on the coaching call, Mark's on a coaching call with someone from some other state, and they start texting each other and hanging out and calling each other on the way to work. It's just a cool community, right? And so you already see that happening in Summit, and that warms my heart because that cross-pollination in those relationships, that's magical. That's magical in a company. So that's what that's all about, okay? So guys, tear those 2 pages out when you're done with those, and someone will come around and collect them. I still see a couple people writing, so we'll just wait a minute or 2. Good? Okay, guys, my favorite way to close an event, let's form a closing circle. Little fellowship to close us out. Now is the time for, if you want to give a shout out to somebody who maybe helped you or touched you in some way, it's a nice way to give some thanks, and we just wait for a couple minutes and do some shout outs, and then we're done. So now would be a good time to give a shout out to someone. Guys, with that, let me close this out with a short prayer. Dear God, please let us travel home safe. Let us wake up every day humble and hungry, and continue to build a business that supports the rest of our lives. Help us remember that we do business for a living. It's not who we are. Help us get our work hours under control so that we can spend more times in other areas of our lives, helping to change other people's lives. Thank you for bringing together this great family of people. It's very inspiring, and may everyone travel home very, very safe. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys.